please give a massive warm welcome, authors, presenters, and of course chefs. They're very hairy. We got Si and Dave, the hairy bikers, guys. Hello, boys.
Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody.
How are we?
Top.
You okay?
Yeah.
Good to see you both.
How are you, man?
Welcome to Liverpool.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
So apparently you were spotted last night in Liverpool city centre.
Oh God, what we do?
Down Matthew Street, trying to dance with the Cilla Black statue.
Oh,
that was you.
Yeah.
Were you out and about last night?
Yeah,
No.
well, yeah, sort
Yeah,
of.
we got here quite early, so like a pair of sad old gadgets. We were in the cinema watching Dunkirk with a bucket of nachos each. And then we went to San Carlos for our tea.
San Carlo was
We had a
nice.
couple of gins first in Shankly's.
Has anybody stayed in Shankly's? Oh my God.
It's all for hen nights, isn't it? Stag nights.
It's full of head night. It is
I
full
had
of head
6
nights.
beds in my room, and I'm not exaggerating. All in a row. Honestly, it was like casualty. I expected Charlie to come through with a crash trolley.
What do you know, lads, about the Liverpool food scene and about the food industry up here in Liverpool? Because we're really doing well at the moment. What do you know about it?
Yeah.
I know, like growing up in
Nothing.
growing up in Barrow, I know like the produce from Ormskirk and round there, and the produce coming in that we used to get was superb. I mean, the restaurants have been to this. Was it Hope Street? Has been very good to us.
Okay.
Yeah, Hope Street.
Hope Street Hotel up there.
Yeah, the
Running
restaurant was it
carriageway.
number something Hope Street.
60 Hope Street.
That's been a favourite.
Yes.
And of course, you've got Paul Hollywood as a great ambassador. With
Okay.
Mary.
We need to get. Can you
He's
just
got a-
shout for me, guys? What restaurant the lads should check out later on? Art School.
Oh, the art school, yeah, we saw it last
Oh
night.
yeah, we walked past that last night.
All
We
I can
couldn't get
say is it's very difficult to get in anywhere on a Saturday night in Liverpool.
in. It is. I'll tell you what's even harder when the footy's on to get a taxi.
Yeah.
Where is everybody? Oh, they're all working the cabs. All right, smashing.
Right, we're going to take you back to where it all began, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know this. You both worked in TV, you both worked in film. You met you met on a TV set. Let's just go on.
It was a big set, like, to be
Was it
fair.
a big
Thingy,
TV
you got to
set?
do the wobbly vision, haven't you? Like, whoa. It was 1993.
Okay.
And
Shit, was it?
I just had the interview, yeah, for a job as the makeup and prosthetics designer on Catherine Cook's and The Gambling Man with Robson Green. And I got the job, so they said, everybody else is down at the Egypt Cottage, the pub next to Time Teas.
Damn.
They're all having lunch, come and meet the gang.
Damn fine boozer, that.
So I went down there, and some of them there with their spritzers and the cheese sandwich. He's at the pool table, because you were in like 25 then, stone, and 25. And he said, oh, what's on? So you've got a curry on, you have a naan bread, yeah, and have a pint of lager. And I said, I'll have what he's having. And then we got chatting, and that was it, really.
That was it. That was
Yeah.
So, obviously, it must have been about 15 pints later when you thought, I'm going to be a celebrity chef that rides a motorbike and grows a beard. Who come up with the hairy bikers?
Well, we've always been like this, you
Yeah.
see. So we used to do the trips before we, just as mates.
So I lived up in Aberdeen, just north of Aberdeen, the Highlands. So I'd come up with the bikes, and we'd go off around Glenelg and, fishing and eating, drinking and fishing. Then we just kind of
and things.
got fed up with the day jobs,
Yeah.
really.
Well, we just thought, well, yeah, because we had a pint one night, and I just thought, because normally in the film industry, what you can do is you can work, because it's so intense and you're all put together in it, and it really is intense, and the hours are like you're regularly working 90 or 100-hour weeks, so that takes a certain amount of energy. And Dave and I sat at the end of this job, and we just looked at each other and went, I haven't had a pay rise in 15 years, and I'm working harder.
Yeah, it was going down. I
It
think
was
the older
going
you
right
get,
downhill.
I've been a makeup artist. I think my patience was getting thin. Like when you get like a grumpy middle-aged man. And I remember one of the last jobs I did was Prime Suspect, and I was making up Helen Mirren and making up the autopsies. And all I can say is, I look forward to the autopsies because he didn't talk back.
Leave me alone in a dark room with a lamp.
So there comes a point of, if it wasn't going to change, I probably would have, I don't know. But then we had ideas for various programmes, that we wanted to produce, like
Yeah.
a lot of people working crew. Nothing was happening, and we were in a pub one night, and we said, what are we really good at? Cooking, eating,
Yeah.
riding motorbikes,
Yeah.
and talking bollocks. So we pitched it to the BBC, and after 3 years trying, we got one programme, which was Portugal. It was mad because the food's interesting in Portugal. It's like there were the people who took chilies to Asia, they invented tempura to Japan, and nobody had ever done Portugal before. And we found a museum of the lobotomy, and then we found these web-footed poodles that the Romans had bred to shepherd fish into the nets like sheepdogs.
No-brainer,
so we
isn't
thought,
it?
right, we do the food, we do the lobotomy museum, and we go on with the web-footed poodles. I'd watch it. And that was it, really. Then we got 3 series. We were on after the darts.
Yeah.
We got
So
2.7 million viewers. Got invited in with a month. We got offered 2 series.
Oh, it's good.
Aye.
So that was it.
What was
just
the point after that you kind of thought, we're going to do something here? This is actually working, this crazy idea we've had.
It's about last year.
Was it? Was
Yeah.
it yesterday?
I was. Well, yeah, we've been doing this quite a long time. People keep looking at us and asking us
It's
for
just
autographs.
all
on
right,
the street.
yeah.
It's all a bit mad. No, well, we just do what we do, you know. And we don't particularly like the whole celebrity thing because we're just us.
Does it feel weird when you're getting asked for selfies and stuff?
Well, it
No,
depends
it's-
how attractive
yeah.
we are.
Right, okay. We've got a few
If that
nice ladies
teeth
here
move
today.
when you kiss them, you know, it's not good.
What about travelling? Because obviously you've been all over the globe.
Yeah.
Just give us, between you both, your best country and the worst place you've probably been.
Oh, gold.
I loved Argentina.
Yeah, that was amazing.
that was an amazing trip. Buenos Aires was great.
India, that was good,
India
wasn't it?
was amazing.
That was amazing.
The motorcycling in Argentina down to Patagonia was superb.
Mm.
And I don't know, the worst country's hard. It's, without trying to be trite about it, we always go to try and get the positive. And so you always come away because 99% of people in the world are great.
Yeah.
Most of those people love food. Even if it's sausage and chips, they love some version of it, whatever nationality. You always end up having a crack. And it's good. Some countries you go to, it's sad because they're very, very poor. And, you know, that's...
You see, the thing is that with travel, it's just the most amazing, enlightening thing.
Yeah.
Because there is also, as Dave says, people generally are absolutely marvellous and genuinely interested and want to talk about themselves and their experiences and the culture around food. So it's very, very, it's an all-encompassing thing, really. So it's really difficult to go, where's not great and where is great. And it's not that we're trying to be evasive. Everywhere that we've been, because we always feel incredibly privileged to do it, everywhere that we've been has been absolutely mind-blowing. I'll die a very happy man. Actually.
We've had some
It's gonna
tough
be
shoots.
amazing.
You know, like when work doesn't go well, and I think that works whether you're filming or whatever you're doing. Like Turkey was hard, but we picked the routes around Syria, Iraq and Iran, you know, which are quite sensitive areas because we were just going to learn how to make kebabs. Which we did, but the actual doing of it was quite hard. And Vietnam was quite hard because he broke his leg halfway through. Well, that's not the fault of the Vietnamese people.
Hey, I tell you what, you get free morphine and they never, ever, ever throw out the donors. Flipping heck.
If you want to laugh,
I was having a smashing time, me.
if you watch the old Vietnam episode from the original Hairy Bikers, it's the first time I ever did a cookery on my own, and I was doing crispy fried beef and lemongrass noodles. And I'd been doing this piece to camera about the history of the Japanese, you know, it was all doing me Alan Wicker. And when I got back to do the cookery, he'd gone to the hospital because he busted his ankle. So I started the cookery on my own. I got halfway through it, and we heard his cook. Anyway, there was this tick, 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 tick. And there was this large man with these tiny Vietnamese crutches out of balsa wood, just coming down the quayside, having his legs set, but it was off his head.
You see what happened, you see? So, they took us to like this local little hospital, and this is not an exaggeration, there was this...
It was Da Nang, wasn't it, I think?
No, they took us to the cottage hospital first, which is where I had my first morphine. And then they didn't bother to note it down, and there was this little fella with a rollie, like, oh, go on. And he got a hold of me. He got a hold of my ankle and went. And I went, yeah! He went, oh, he broken it. So he went, have some morphine. So I went, yeah, all right, and thanks very much. And then they put us in the back of this, I don't know what it was because it was off my face. But anyway, I arrived at this other hospital that's looking slightly more plush and cleaner than the one I'd just been to. And then this other fella I thought was the same bloke, bearing in mind that I've been a bit trippy at this point. I thought it was the same bloke, who must be like his brother in X-ray. So he came out and he's smoking his. I thought, oh shit, that's not right. And he goes, I went, don't you dare, don't touch the anger. He goes, well, you're booking it. Have some more morphine. I went, oh, all right then. Well, by that point, I was starting to panic because they just kept giving me it and nobody seemed to be writing it down. And I was having trouble breathing.
But you come back and there's no such thing on, of not stopping. And I was just at the point where I was frying the beef. So he's sitting there, I got him a chair and he's like this. And somebody giving him one of those pointy hats. So he's cross-haired. And he's frying the beef. His hand was in the hot oil. And it was just put the beef in, but take your hand out. All right. And this went on, but then this was the last day of shooting on that episode. So he said, right, we've got to think of a way out of this episode. Then we've got a day off to think what we're going to do. So they got this rickshaw, with a basket at the front and the bike on the back. He said, can you just ride down the quayside off into the sunset with him in the basket? And to be fair, it wasn't easy. And I'm there, on his little bicycle riding up there. He goes, as the sun sets on our adventure in Hoi An, we wonder what's round the corner. We did. And she hadn't got a clue. In the end, the programme then became more about how we got to China. So obviously the motorbikes are out of the question. And he was a liability.
If anyone wants any morphine, by the way, selling it outside backstage after the show. Listen, we got a little quick fire round for you, okay? This is going to be difficult knowing how much you like to talk, which is brilliant. It makes my job easier. Just one word answers on these, okay? Who's actually the hairiest?
Tuesday.
Who's the hairiest?
Hair, him.
Okay.
Bodily, him. Ears, me.
Okay. Who's actually the best cook?
No,
It's a tough one.
That was dirty.
No, any competitiveness between you both?
No, we kind of get on all right. Honestly, we just kind of. You've seen us cook. We just get on with it, really. Now, we don't have a game. Well, I'm not sure what we're doing next.
No, I'm not either.
It'll be all right.
I'm looking at this going, oh.
Right, you're on death row. What would your final meal be? You've probably been asked this before. Your last meal, what would it be?
Bacon sandwich, hot cup of tea.
Bacon butty, we like that.
A 37-course Japanese izakaya meal that goes on for 3 days. Sushi. No, I love me sushi.
Sushi?
Yeah, I love it. I don't know, it's something magical.
What's the current restaurant or food and drink trend that annoys you most? Like people who serve pints of beer in a jam jar or something. What annoys you most about what's going on at the moment?
It's
elitism.
Elitism?
Food elitism and food fashion does my flaming chump.
Okay.
Because...
sharing plates. Do you know what I mean?
It's a good one.
Sod off and get your own!
But he used to say, you need to get 2 starters. And honestly, he'd say, should I get that? You get that, we'll share it. And he always turned and said, yeah, but I'll see what mine looks like first. No, I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, who's the most famous person you've ever met?
Dave.
Well, he has done Strictly, to be fair. So
Yeah.
he's up there.
Dennis Hopper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I worked on a film in South Africa and I actually got sat around a campfire one night with him and he was brilliant. He was everything you wanted, like a film star to be. He was lovely.
I did the Harry Potters, so quite a lot.
So Daniel Radcliffe, what was he like?
Yeah, he was small and snotty and irritating.
I cut Roger Moore's hair once. He was nice.
Who's the worst at getting the pints in, lads?
Oh no, we're both
No,
really
we're both
good at
all
it.
right, yeah, no.
Okay, we'll test that out later.
Yeah, no,
There's no problem there.
One album on your playlist right now.
Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous.
Okay, really good.
Best of Thunder.
Biggest mistake you've ever made in the kitchen?
Set fire to me pubes. You had to ask.
Now, you didn't actually. It was me that set fire to my pubes. It was when I was very young, and I was in Barrow and I had to commute to Lancaster. And you know those cookers where you go and it goes. And I used to have to get up at 6 o'clock. Mum and Dad were still in bed, and so I put the kettle on. And boom! The worst thing is though, I'd only just got them.
Last one. One thing left on your bucket
Worst
list.
thing you did was try and clipper your dog in the kitchen.
That wasn't good.
Nothing to do with. We didn't want eating the dog. No.
One thing left on your bucket list.
Stay alive. That'd be great.
Having an affair with Penelope Cruz.
Okay, sorted.
And a leg of ham and...
The plate of ham.
We got to touch on how good you're both looking. 7 stone between them, guys. They've lost. Big round of applause.
I would put it about 5 now, actually.
Yeah.
It was 7.
Yeah.
When did you kind of get to the point where you realised you thought, you know, we've got to make a change here, we've got to lose some weight?
The doctor told us we were going to die.
Oh, was that it, was it?
Fundamentally, yeah.
We were casting shadows like 2 giant walnut whips and shuffling. We were saying, why did you do the diet book? Because we got morbidly obese. There's no getting around it. No, we were screwed.
What tips would you give anybody who does want to shift some pounds?
Stop eating.
Stop eating. Okay.
It was dead simple. It was that old thing. Do you know, old thing of actually, it was using up more calories than you consume. So it's like exercise and food. What we tried to do, the knack, was literally having our cake and eat it. So writing recipes where you got maximum value for your calories, so you could still kind of wake up in the morning and be excited about what you're having for your tea.
However, I did find out during the journey of weight loss that vodka is only 25 calories a shot, and also that the oysters are only 50. So I ate a lot of oysters and drank a lot of vodka, but I just ended up being randy and pissed all the time. It was really frustrating.
And you just wake up with a headache, feeling an urge for a fried breakfast.
Well, listen, on that note, we're gonna pass to Kate. Kate's going to get some questions. Put your hands up, guys, if you've got a question for the lads.
Hello, hi everybody. Now that we know who sets fire to who and who's got the hairiest ears, we'll see if there's any other questions. What's your name?
It's Nick. Just on what you're saying, you actually inspired me to lose weight, so thank you very much.
Oh, no, you're looking good, dude. Well done. How much have you lost?
Oh, you're very kind, thank you. I'm very jealous of my wife because she loves fish and I can't stand it. And I was just wondering, is there anything that you would really love to be able to eat, but you really can't stand eating it?
No.
I hate tripe, but I have no desire to want to eat it, really. You know, I can still see my dad, you know, he used to do the honeycomb tripe. He'd put it in malt vinegar in the fridge, and so it's raw, and he'd be squeaking on his baker-like dentures. And
I love that, you see.
There must be something that you've seen around the world, though, that you've kind of thought, no, not going near that. Fried scorpions or something. What's the strangest thing?
Scorpions. A goat's penis hot pot.
Is it nice?
No. We've always tried to shy away from that. There's enough daft beggars on telly eating a plate of worms, you know. That's never been us. Why do it if you know, I understand some cultures it's a necessity to survive, but it's like early days we did in Vietnam with a goat's penis hot pot, but the Vietnamese gentleman at the next table has some rather nice beef and black bean sauce and a nice lemon rice, and we're there with a goat's doodah in a frugal broth. And who's the Egypt, you know? Yeah.
And it was definitely a doodah.
Oh, it was. There's no
We've got
finesse.
another one, Jay. What's
Doing your Planet Rock radio show this morning.
Oh, were you good? Oh, were we listening to it?
No, he said who's doing it.
Is it pre-recorded today?
Yes,
yeah,
I think
it is, yeah.
Yeah, was it one with both of us or just me?
I didn't hear it this
Oh,
morning.
no, we do a block of it a month. It's both of us, yeah.
Oh, it was the two of
We
us?
did that show last Thursday, yeah.
Oh, right.
We got Uli John Roth, we did some interviews with him, so no, we love Planet Rock.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a great station.
There you go.
Do you like doing radio, lads?
Yeah, we do. Well, you see, you've got to be very careful about what you say. With the BBC, you see.
We couldn't talk about pubes and stuff, really, to be fair.
No. So you've got to kind of we call it a creative outlet. So, because we can talk complete and utter nonsense on the radio, it's brilliant. And we like that because it's kind of, because you are pretty restrained within the BBC and the conditions that we have to work. I don't know if there's somebody stood up there. Hello.
It's me, I just
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
it's Kate.
Say magic.
Just wondering, I've got a wheat intolerance, so I can't eat gluten. Would you ever think of doing a gluten-free cooking book?
Do you know, we get asked that an awful lot.
No.
But the problem is would the publishers, you know, would they put one out? That's the problem we've got. But we do get asked loads, actually.
We'd love to help you, but we can't be arsed.
You have done a vegetarian cook, but that's out now. So the
Yeah.
veggie cookbook's doing really well, and people were quite surprised that when you released that.
Yeah.
We didn't get any stick for that. It was because generally it was like last summer. I'm growing loads of my own veggies. I live in France a lot of the time, and you're eating loads of veggies in Italy. So you're cooking more and more vegetarian food, and it's giving respect to the veg, and it's good.
We just kind of, we never really do it. We just like happen across stuff, you know. And it was a conversation that Dave and I had on the phone, and I was going, man, I've eaten loads of veggies, you know. We're actually talking about bowel movements, but never mind, that's another story.
But funny enough, the veggie was never intended to be in a diet series. It was just when you did the calories, it came out.
It just came out, right.
Because we decided we weren't going to smother everything in cheese like the American diet thing is, or American vegetarian food. But you cut the cheese out of it, it's actually pretty low and good for you to eat loads. So that's how, it was all pretty organic how it happened.
Yeah, we always kind of tend to do that, you know. We just have a conversation and go, oh, well, let's give it a go and see if people have an
And it's
appetite
worked.
for
Has
it.
anyone got the vegetarian cookbook?
Right, we're going flaming by it with skint.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Si, can I just jump in because you're a proper northerner? Where does the best fish and chips up in the northeast, as far as you're concerned?
There's a great place in Whitley Bay next to the Cafe Mediterrano, and you go there, and it's Petrini's. And you go to Petrini's, and then you go to the Cafe Mediterrano where they make their own ice cream. Oh my God.
What about Coleman's?
Coleman's as well in South Shields, yeah, good shout, Dave. Coleman's good.
Sorry to jump.
Yeah.
When you did a cook abroad a couple of years ago and you had to do it on your own, how did it feel not having a side behind you?
It felt very weird, and I think Egypt was a very odd choice. The food's not great. It's the birthplace of bread as we know it. It felt very odd, felt very weird. It was a completely different style of show, and I think really, but there wasn't really any cooking in that, and that was a conscious decision. And like whatever we've done on our own, like the coarse stuff, like the pair of us with the pans, there was no cooking in the Egypt program. It was more of me going on my own, having a jolly. But the whole series came out on the fact that the slot was commissioned, and the BBC had to do something with it because you were off ill. So we had they split the program into 6 and gave me 1, which fed the dog over the summer, and that's how that came about. But no, it's. There's projects we do on our own, but food and that, it's daft doing it on our own, really. It's not the same.
Slightly off the food and drink thing, but what bikes are you riding now and what have you got your eye on for the future?
The last series we've done, we just come back from 3 months in the Med, which was a good crack, actually. But we're on Ducati Multistradas, which were lovely.
Yeah, well, great, actually.
At home, nice. I've got a 1976 Laverde Jota, which is the bike of my dreams, an orange one, proper. Moto Guzzi, that I did me karting on, that I keep, sentimental values. I've got a GTR 1400, a Kawasaki.
I've got 2 purple choppers.
You'd never have guessed, would you?
I do. They're really antisocial and really hard to ride. I love them. It's great.
When did you first start riding? When did that love start with bikes?
Oh, God. I don't know. I think I was about 6. Me Uncle George and me Auntie Hilda used to live on these crossroads, and all the lads used to come from the Team Valley, and they all had scooters and bantams and bikes, and they always used to crash at the crossroads. It was notorious. So we'd always find bits of motorcycle in varying states of disrepair and disarray at the back in the backyard. So I just used to well, sit on them, start them up, and crash along the back lane. It was, so it's just always been part of our existences, isn't it?
When I was a little and I first started, got pictures of it, my dad he had a BSA band to me, come home from work, and I was allowed to go at the bottom of the back street. And when my dad came, he'd let me sit on the tank and I'd have my arms on the handlebars. So in theory, in my two-year-old head, I was riding it, of course I was holding on. But then somebody in the family, do you remember, there was a moped, it was called an NS, it sounds like a sexually transmitted disease. It was called an NSU Quickly. I don't know if anybody remembers those. And this thing never really went, but you could pedal it. So again, that was kind of it really, but I've just been around bikes.
So
my dad was one of those people who always had a bike, never a car.
Okay, I think we've got time for a couple more questions. So if you do want a question, guys, just put your hand up for us now, Kate.
I cannot stomach onion. Can I swap it with like onion salt, onion powder? Because you did was it like a jar pot on the food? You put onion at the bottom.
Yeah.
I need to avoid onion. Any advice?
Is it all alliums, mate? Or
just all onions.
Or so onions. Any derivative thereof?
Shallots, red onion,
okay, mate.
Can't eat it.
That's a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I suppose you just have to skip that bit in the recipe, really.
Yeah. Because every chef seems to put onion in.
Well, actually, if you think like the Holy Trinity, like Italian food, it's onion, carrots, and celery. You know, as your base. You know, like you see them going chopped onions, carrots. Just leave the onion out. I use carrots and celery as a flavour bit. Celery's a pretty good one, but you're going to have to watch out how much.
I'll tell you what you could do. If you used celery and, as Dave says, if you use celery and you use carrot and chop some rocket up, because rocket's is peppery. I mean, it's not the same as onion, but it'll give you some flavour in there, you know.
Or green peppers.
Or green peppers.
I'll give it a go.
No, give it a go.
Cheers,
That's a hard question. Don't ask it again.
Thank you, mate. We've got one final question, Kate.
Cheers, mate.
We're growing courgette in the back garden and we need some ideas to cook it.
Oh, right. Joe, I've asked that a couple of times.
We've done tempura, we've stuffed it and roasted it.
There's one that we made loads of. So it's in one of the old Mums Know Best books, and it's one of the mums, and it's courgette and feta fritters. And they are so good. So it's basically grated courgette and feta cheese and herbs. I can't remember it, but we gave that to Pete. Do you remember he was a gardener, one of our producers. What the hell can I do with all those courgettes?
If you get online.
Courgette and feta fritters.
Just put Airy Baker's courgette
and
the
flowers are great, stuffed with veal mince or chicken mince, and then deep fried. The flowers.
That's good. Yeah.
We did a thing on Saturday Kitchen from Hampton Court Flower Show. The recipe's out there. It's free, and it was for a courgette flour ricotta tart, and that was really beautiful. Dead simple. We bought puff pastry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good
okay,
question.
guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Kate. Lads, final question from me. What's next? What's coming up? Is there anything else to tick off that list? Because you seem to have done absolutely everything.
Oh, there's not. The world is a massive, massive place, and don't let anybody tell you any differently.
Gets bigger.
Because once you get your feet on the ground, it's huge. There's so much more left to do. There's so much.
Any
more
TV shows that you want to dabble in? Anything away from food or?
We just finished our Mediterranean series, which was starting in southern Italy, going round to Sardinia, Corsica, south of France, Menorca, and the Catalan part of Spain. As you can imagine, this year that was hell. And it was brilliant. We've done that. That's out in February. It should be, and it's really good. I think that's the best thing we've ever done, actually.
Oh, yeah,
we just did the voiceovers for it last week, and it's like, oh, it is good. The food's good. There's a book coming out with that. Then we're on every day for 2 weeks, coming up to Christmas.
Sorry.
And it's like Christmas food, a studio-based one. We're filming that in October, so that'll keep us going, really.
Okay. Final question. Biggest achievement to date. What are you most proud of?
You're about to say the birth of your sons, do you know what I mean? That's what you meant to say in your position. You can't say that was mine, the stepchildren.
Yeah.
You would be romantic. Enigmatic, you know.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of my sons.
Let's tell you what. After 3, let's show. What do you guys think? What's the biggest achievement to date, guys? 1, 2, 3. Strictly.
Oh, you shallow cell of a human being.
But for somebody with was it Karen, who's now with Simon Rimmer, said to me, somebody said in an interview to her, do you think David's got 2 left feet? And she said, 2, he's got 6. All I can say is I lasted 7 weeks, so I've thrown the gauntlet down.
He done well, didn't he, guys?
Yeah, he did.
Listen, guys, I think you'll agree. What lovely lads. Thank you so much for getting involved in the
No,
Greatest
greatest.
Make some noise for Dave.
Thank you so very much.
For the Hairy Bikers. Thank you, guys. The Hairy Bikers, ladies and gents. Thank you.
God bless. You're a lovely bunch of people. God bless. Thank you.